Welcome into Drew's Daily Diamond for Wednesday, May 1st. I am Drew Martin breaking down the games. Welcome to the month of May here, guys, as we're going to try to find more winners than losers from a betting perspective on today's MLB card. We got 2-day games, 2 primetime games, and we got some West Coast nightcaps to get after. So let's get after it. North of the border, we get the Toronto Blue Jays hosting the Kansas City Royals. 3:07 Eastern start time. Do note the early start here, with the Royals going with Seth Lugo, Chris Bassett, the slated starter for the Blue Jays. Jays minus 130 favorite, 8.5 being the total. Kansas City Royals 18-13 on the season, plus 45 run differential. That's tied for number one in MLB in terms of scoring more runs than your opponent. Toronto sitting one game under 500, going with Chris Bassett, just 2-4 on the season, over a 5.5 ERA. In his last time out, did not make it out of the second inning, giving up 7 earned runs, 9 hits, also 3 free passes. So we'll see if he can kind of bounce back here. I think he's going to have some trouble against this Royals lineup. Plus, Seth Lugo going for the Royals. The righty's been good, 4-1 on the season, 1.6 ERA in his last time out against the Detroit Tigers. 7 innings of 0-run baseball, 3 hits, 9 strikeouts. So absolutely dominating his last time out. We're riding a hot hand here. I think we get the starting pitching advantage, maybe a slight bullpen advantage as well, with Eric Swanson, the Jays setup guy, maybe 7th inning guy, back-to-back. Likely not available here. So we'll take the Royals at the plus price, plus 120 to start us off north of the border. From Toronto to Southern California for our next stop, 4:10 Eastern, 1:10 local time. It's the Cincinnati Reds and the San Diego Padres. Graham Ashcraft versus Joe Musgrove, the starting pitching matchup here. We get the Friars minus 130 favorites, total of 8. I'm actually going on the Cincinnati Reds here, guys. Plus 120, put the 20 cents in our pocket. Reds 2 games over 500. The Padres 3 games under 500. Ashcraft on the hill. 6th rounder in 2019 out of UAB, and the former Blazer. He's kind of been all or nothing, either giving up 5 earned runs or 2 or less in all of his starts this season. It equals out to about a 4.4 ERA overall. Cincinnati's bullpen's been a little bit better, about middle of the road, but so is San Diego's. I think we actually get the advantage with the underdog because of the starting pitching matchup. Remember, we talked about it last week. Joe Musgrove is just not the same pitcher as a few years back. We won on him last week, going against him, fading him. Gonna fade him here again. He's got a 7 ERA, 7 earned runs last time out. He's given up 20 hits his last 3 starts, only going 16 innings. So we're going against Musgrove again here, guys. I think the Reds plus 120, a little wrong team favored in Petco. So it's the Reds as the underdog in the last day game. We'll go to the night slate here in Camden Yards. We get the New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles, 6:35 Eastern start time. Number 1 and number 2 in the AL East. With the Yankees 19-12, Baltimore Orioles 19-10. They have won the first 2 here in the series, and they got Corbin Burns on the hill, commanding a minus 160 price tag, 8.5 being the total. Luis Gil going for New York here. 4 ERA, his advanced metrics kind of in line with that. He gave up 2 home runs and 5 earned runs last time out against the Brewers. We'll see if he can bounce back here. Think he's got a good chance to do so, and they're catching a plus 140 price tag. Look, Corbin Burns demands a lot of respect in the betting markets. I mean, he's got a 2.5 ERA. His advanced metrics, Sierra, FIP, they point a little bit higher, though. He's a guy that really comes after batters, throwing hard slider. His only game that he's made it out of the 6th inning, it actually only happened 1 time. So I think that's leading in here, guys, to a little bit of value on the Bronx Bombers, because, yes, Corbin Burns no more than 3 earned runs given up in any of his starts. But again, he's not going that deep into games because he has to throw a lot of pitches to get all these strikeouts. So if he doesn't make it out of the 6th inning, this is why I wanted to wait until the morning to film Drew's Daily Diamond for Wednesday, the 1st of May here. But the Baltimore the Baltimore bullpen has been taxed. First off, Kimbrel, their closer, he's kind of day to day. And then all the rest of their bullpen arms have thrown a bunch of pitches in the last couple days. So not really sure exactly who's available, who's not. But either way, they've been taxed. The Yankees, not so much. Big bullpen advantage here towards the top 5 bullpen in the Yankees. Luis Gill's been decent. I think the plus 140 price tag here with a good Yankees lineup. Let's go with the Bronx Bombers in our third game in Camden Yards. We'll go up to Citi Field in New York for the next matchup, 7:10 Eastern. It's the Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets. Jose Butto versus Shota Imanaga, the lefty, going for the Cubs. 18-12 for the Cubbies on the season. They are just 8-9 on the road. 15-14 for the Mets coming in. Imanaga, sub-1 ERA, 5 hits each of the last 2 times out. 28-3 strikeout to walk ratio. So his numbers have been good. Jose Butto, he's a guy where his velocity, this is something to watch. It's like 93, then 95, then 93 again, and then back to 95. So not sure if that's the radar gun or if he's just sometimes he's bringing more velocity than others, but definitely have that circled. He does have a 2.8 ERA here, guys. I think he's been pretty good. He's going up against the lineup. We get a little bit of dichotomy in the handedness of the pitcher that the lineup is facing, with the negative being towards the Cubs and the positive being towards the Mets here. The Cubs are a lot better against lefties. The problem is they're facing a righty here. They're a bottom 10 lineup against righties, and the Mets have been a lot better against lefties than righties, and they've been a top 10 lineup against lefties, and they get a lefty here. So going to put that in our pocket. Also a big bullpen advantage again towards the Metropolitans. Top 5 bullpen versus bottom 10 bullpen for the Cubbies. We've seen them get rocked at times later in the game. So I think it's wrong team favored at home. With the home dog barking in the Metropolitans, we can get the Mets plus 110. Next game up, we'll head out west to Arizona for a good one in the NL West. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks and the LA Dodgers. Yamamoto, the lefty, going for the Dodgers. Number 1 in the NL West, 19-13 on the season. Minus 130 price tag here, though. Total of 9. Yamamoto, last time out, 6 innings, 0 earned runs, 7-1 strikeout to walk ratio. He has a 3.5 ERA in 6 starts. Remember, he got kind of blown up in that first start. Has pitched a lot better of late. Zach Gallen going for the Diamondbacks. He had a little bit of a question mark because of a hamstring injury. Overall, he's got a 3.3 ERA, 35-9 strikeout to walk ratio. His last time out against Seattle, just 3 hits. Problem is 2 of them were home runs. So we'll see if he can keep the ball in the ballpark here against the Dodgers lineup. And this is one where another, kind of dichotomy with handedness of pitcher. The Diamondbacks, number 1 lineup in baseball against lefties. So they've crushed lefties. They get one here. Going to ride that again. I know the Dodgers lineup is really good, but we get this Arizona team plus 120 at home, plus 26 run differential. I think that's riding a little bit under the radar because their overall record is over 500, but think they're undervalued here. Let's go with the D-backs plus 120 in the upset at home. Got another one here heading back to actually the state of Texas, the Lone Star State. We get the Washington Nationals and the Texas Rangers. Washington just 14-15 on the season, but that's surprising. Plus units on the year, been one of the better surprises in baseball. Up against the Texas Rangers, the defending World Series champions, 16-14 on the year. Andrew Haney, the slated starter for the Rangers, the lefty, versus Trevor Williams going for the Nationals. Total of 9. Big price tag here on the Rangers, minus 160 home favorites. We get Williams going for the Nats, under a 3 ERA, and just 1 earned run in each of his last 2 time out. So he's been a hot pitcher. He's kind of working his way through innings, if you will. A lot of times we get a little bit bigger of a plus price with those type of pitchers. And he's up against Haney, the lefty, 0-3 on the season so far this year. His velocity's down. He's a guy that used to throw like 94. Now he's throwing 90, 91, 6 ERA, over 5 FIP. So I think that this Washington Nationals lineup gets them a little bit here, putting up enough crooked numbers, and we get a big plus price, plus just short of 150. I got them 147 here with the underdog in the Nationals, guys. So all underdogs. Hopefully the underdogs are barking on Wednesday. I am Drew Martin. Check out Premium Picks, wagertalk.com. And guys, let me know in the comments below what you're looking to bet today, where you agree, where you disagree. All is welcome in the comments, where you're watching from, all of that. And please smash the like button, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Smash that like button, cash those tickets. We'll be back tomorrow.